And here we are, going to the sawmill with Barry.
Hi, Barry.
Tools.
Hey, nice catch. Caught it before it went over the cliff.
Chair in the middle of nowhere.
Why not?
Words, littering the landscape. His books common and discarded, like mud beneath his feet. Hardbacks, paperbacks, turned against him. Trash. Just cheap trash.
I had seen transmissions of myself before, but not like this. The version of myself I saw now sounded
really
insane, like a demented storyteller who was out to torment and destroy his.
What gave you that impression?
A writer, in other words.
This is fantastic.
Oh no!
This is solidly the game making fun of itself.
Come on with that. Also, the game decided to be, like, mean.
It's being mean and making fun of itself.
Come on, you gotta be careful. Those are bad words. Bad words.
Yeah.
Yes, up until now the words have been mostly helpful. Now, not so much. It's a nice twist that you have to avoid using them here.
No, boom bad. Don't do boom.
Very much no.
Shit.
This is spiraling out of control surprisingly quickly.
Only because of the birds. That and the only reason I accidentally, like, shined the light on one of the words is because when you aim, like, focus on aiming at something, it kind of, like, auto-aims a little bit.
Oh yeah, it is a...
It snaps to the enemy you're kind of aiming at. And if that guy happens to be by some words...
Yes. Auto-aim, or aim assist rather, is a thing. Possessed.
Field of Dreams. Sure, I could have stayed and fought everything, but why would I have done that?
That would have been stupid.
Revolver ammo full? What a shock.
This game really does throw ammo at you.
Streetlights push themselves up to the ground, flickering madly and spitting sparks. In the shadows, Wake saw far too many figures advancing eagerly, already tasting the kill.
Here we go again.
I feel like maybe we have to talk about this melodrama.
Enough.
We need to have a serious conversation here.
No pros allowed.
Okay, this is just too weird. You're weird.
Barry, is all this really coming out of my head?
That's just the way this place is, Al. All that random stuff in your head.
But you're from my
Yeah,
imagination.
you know what, Al? Do yourself a favor and don't pursue that train of thought any further.
Thank you, Barry, for jumping to the logical conclusion so Alan and thus we didn't have to.
All these things that your mind could play tricks on you with.
This is like a minefield for the taken, Jesus.
Bye-bye. And they actually don't even register them as harmful spots because, well, they appear and disappear. Probably would have taken too much memory to be like, don't step here, don't step here, don't step here.
Probably.
Like that one who got his little, like, stinger sequence and then, you know...
Exploded.
He happened to be in light when it happened. Guys, come on.
Ah, Jesus Christ, this is getting tiring. So many dudes.
Can you guys just, like, die? This is, like, not realistic imagination at all.
It's imagination. It's not supposed to be realistic.
Well, I mean in terms of what, like, the content is. Not a buxom woman to be found. Married or not. Like, do you stop thinking about buxom women?
Occasionally.
Well, the point is that you don't stop. Like, it still happens every now and then. Hell, shit, like, I don't even do that whole, like, libido thing, and I still think about sexy, buxom women.
We need to get
Humans are sexual creatures.
That's the way forward.
I mean, he has been thinking about his wife nonstop.
Not a single instance of naked wife.
But I'm talking.
This is not an adults-only rated game.
Yeah, so it's like I said, it's not realistic. Look, I dare any married person also who may happen to be watching this, be like, do you not think about your significant other naked? Dude, come on. I haven't even gotten in the car yet.
That was rude. Just completely uncalled for.
More wheels.
Yeah, at this point, could definitely maybe use another car.
Okay, well, I'm out of the car.
Well, that happened.
What now?
Come and get me, motherfucker. That's right, take your douchemobile and step off.
And then I dare, and God, then he goes and fucking wrecks the other Jeep.
What a dick.
Oh no! Well, it didn't actually kill you, so... Like it... Well, realistically would've. Good thing you're made of sterner stuff in your dreams.
Yeah, and evidently the truck is made of tinfoil.
Pump.
Pump action or hunting rifle?
I think that was just a regular shotgun.
Oh, okay.
The double barrel.
Which is better, pump action or double barrel?
Well, pump action can shoot more times. And apparently it's using slugs rather than, like any kind of, like, buckshot or birdshot.
Oh.
That's what it seems like anyway. I mean, you can kill multiple things with it, but the spread is not very significant.
Either it's using slugs or it's a realistic shotgun.
Ta-da! Of course. Too long, didn't read.
What is this music from?
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Bayou Billy.
Bayou Billy. No, it's Bayou.
It's pronounced Tropez.
Like Bayonetta.
Uh-huh.
Fuck it!
Physics!
It's like when I somehow broke the physics in Arkham Knight, and I don't even know how it really happened.
You tell.
It literally just, like, happened out of nowhere. I was just driving the Batmobile, and, like, I think I, like, sideswiped an enemy vehicle, and all of a sudden the Batmobile just goes, whoop, like, into the air, like, flies over and bounces off a building. I'm pretty sure I've used the clip at some point.
Arkham Knight is a well-programmed game.
I mean, that was the only time it happened. Something like that happened. So it's pretty well programmed for what it is.
At least it's not Arkham Origins.
Yeah, I think I actually had Arkham Origins crash on me on the 360, like, about 4 times I recall. No rhyme or reason to any of them.
I watched an LP of that game, and I find myself thinking that Arkham Origins is the one that I almost liked story-wise until the Joker got involved.
The Troy Baker Joker.
Which, you know,
Yeah.
Troy Baker does a hell of a Mark Hamill impression, I will say that.
Like, there was some times where he was talking, I'm like, yeah, that's Troy Baker.
That being said, Origins was a mess of a game, but I liked the story better up until the Joker got involved.
We did, however, get a super hot Copperhead.
True.
That snake can wait, no. I was gonna say that snake could board my plane, but I'm like, no butt stuff. I will board
Hey,
that
what are you
snake's
up
plane.
to? I thought this was my side of the bed.
What a fucking random memory to have.
And you said he never thinks of her naked.
Yeah, but we didn't see it. We just heard it. That and, like, I don't know, I've never actually heard of him. Well, it probably happens a whole bunch, but, like, can't think of any couples that, like, sleep naked together.
He entered the trap.
Don't even say anything, I know what you're gonna say.
We get nowhere to run.
I don't have to say anything.
Like, under most normal circumstances, usually they don't. Usually, like, if there's nudity involved, it's because they're having sex, not because, like, they just want to be naked. I can count a few times. Well, I can think of a few times where you're hanging out at Binger and Jake's apartment, and Jake would just, like, walk out wrapped in a blanket and just sit down and have a conversation. Like, it's like, oh, it's the refractory period, I see. Like, but could you at least have put on some shorts?
Makes me think of a Penny Arcade comic from way back in the day. Like, I can't remember, I can't remember which of the two was playing the game. I think it was Gabe. But, like, Gabe is sitting on the couch playing a game, and Tycho walks out of his bedroom just, like, wrapped in a blanket, and is like, what's the game like? And Gabe's just looking over his shoulder. Well, it's good, but do you need a few minutes? Are you in the middle of something? I've got a few minutes. Show me the combat.
Basically like that, except, like, I think it was just we had a conversation about something or another.
Uh-huh.
Seeing as how, like, everybody was there. Jake, whenever you get around to watching this, that was weird. You made it weird. I say this, but, like, I actually don't care unless it gets, like, weird. How about not?
Well, for what it's worth, I toss and turn so much when I sleep. If I wear, like, any clothing when I sleep, I wind up strangling myself with it.
Chafing. Just not blankets, though. And then I kind of realized, like, I think I've been desensitized to weird for a while now.
I mean, probably you're a millennial. You live in the age of weird shit on the internet.
Well, if I was on the internet when all this weird shit became weird in the first place. There at the advent of shitting dick nipples.
Yes, the alternative hentai board on 4chan is a thing. Long a thing. It holds no shock value anymore.
I like how for some reason that red barrel like didn't destroy anything because physics or something.
Hell if I know.
He was standing on a different level.
I mean, you were just complaining about how unrealistic this game is.
But I mean, if one of those blew up, even if you're like standing on the edge of the platform and it blew up, it would still affect you.
Like that?
Well, they were on ground level with me.
Except for the one that was on top. But, no. Explosions have really weird physics in video games. Like, handrails can block explosions in video games. It's just a weird thing with the collision.
Like, if somebody threw a grenade at me right now, I could fling myself over the back of the chair and be safe. So long as it wasn't, like, a physics object. If it were part of the scenery, I'd be totally safe.
Correct.
If it was... Well, actually, I'd probably still be safe even if it were a physics object. It would just bounce off me and then fly fucking off into space, most likely.
Yeah.
It's a chair. It can't T-pose and fly off.
Yeah, it just clips through the ceiling and goes in orbit.
Explosions!
Explosions!
I should make you take Berserk with you when you go, so you could have something depressing to watch.
It's my anniversary. I don't want any fucking depressing shit to watch.
But there's actual sex in the Berserk movies.
Yay?
And you get to listen to, what's his name? Mark Diabson Motorboat. Oh, that's an amazing outtake.
Yeah.
Stop it! They're waiting for us downstairs. We don't have time for Alan.
I knew she wasn't really here, but she still
And
made
my
heart
dick rock hard.
I'd saved Alice, but I wasn't even sure when that happened. Was it days ago? Weeks? Longer? I had no way of knowing.
I also really like how Guts' voice actor can do that, like, fascinated animal thing noise. Like, anytime there was, like, a romantic moment, he would do that. But in the case of, like, the motorboat thing, like, when Guts looks down at Casca's crotch, he's just like, oh.
Good shit.
Shut up, Barry. I'll leave this to you.
The nyctophobic beauty with the muserific booty. Wow. Booty. The soothing oasis in a seething crisis. The renowned and award-winning photographer's new coffee table book features intensely personal and intimate images from a life haunted by a husband who is never there. Writer's Muse. Pre-orders accepted now.
You can tell that came out of Alan's head.
Yes. But yeah, explosions. This is why. Thank you, Barry. This is why grenades and rockets are unreliable in video games. Because of funky collision.
Yeah. I was too slow on the flare.
Well, you only took one hammer to the neck. It's fine.
I think it was a shovel, so in theory it probably would have killed me.
In theory, Alan would have been dead in, like, episode 2, so yeah.
Unless it's like that Resident Evil thing where canonically, like, you don't get hit.
Could be.
Because, I mean, in Resident Evil, anything hits you, it's like, that's one and done.
Pretty much.
Hey, lover. Come here. I've got something for you.
I could only hope that Alice was all right. I didn't know what happened to her after she left the dark place.
As, you know, expected. Seeing as how now I took her place in the dark place.
I don't think they ever explore that.
That's just, she goes home? She knows what happened, but...
Zane? Is that you?
I see what you did there, Gabe. Doesn't flash unless you're, like, not in a position where you can see why it's flashing.
That flash sounds like fucking proton pack switching on.
Pose. That was a good one.
Like this?
Yeah, but smile a little more.
Too much smile.
You want to look mysterious, maybe a little tough. You know how people go for those dangerous bad boys.
But I'm not
Or a
dangerous.
bad boy.
Oh, come on. You write about terrible things all the time. People want to think that you're intimately familiar with them. You kill Casey in this book. You need to look a little bit like a murderer. Oh, that's good. Do that again. You look handsome.
Cue the
You know, I wasn't
psycho,
sure about the
like,
beer before,
chord
but I
playing
was
in the
wrong.
background.
It looks good on you.
And a sploosh from between Alice's thighs.
Great. I want to get out of this suit.
Hey, things are
I like how he says suit, but his
Danger is sexy.
model is still silhouette is still clearly like
That was when I
wearing
was
the
still
tweed
working,
jacket.
when I felt like a real writer instead of a fraud. It was a good memory. I wished I hadn't seen it.
I feel that. God, what was I gonna say? Oh, that's right. The word muse. I'd never think of that word.
Yeah, I don't really ever use it or think of it or anything. It's a word that is basically not in my vocabulary, except as an academic exercise, I guess.
Zane, what are you doing in my apartment?
We need to have a talk about personal space, Zane. We have boundaries here.
Yeah, if I think of the word muse, usually there's like a T following it that's silent.
Muse.
And instead of an S, it's a Z. The superior waifu of Tales of Exilia.
Considering she was an antagonist in Tales of Exilia, she is a surprisingly fun party member in Tales of Exilia too. Same with
Gaius.
Gaius, yeah.
Alan, you made it.
Yes, thank
This
you.
area of the dark place is calm, at least for the time being.
Zane, how do I get
Something,
out of here?
something, direct Heather.
At you, even as we speak.
Darkness. Swept him away. Lost. He knew. He knew.
Mana transfers.
He knew there was no way out. Oh,
No, I'm right here,
what's
Zane.
going on?
That's not me. It's just, I don't know, an echo, a hallucination, the dark presence.
No, the dark presence is not responsible for this.
Can you, like, turn off a little bit?
Your own nightmares. You're
What a
fighting
twist.
yourself.
Okay, bye.
Didn't understand it. He would never make it. He would never wake up. He'd get swallowed up in the rising tide of darkness. It was coming. It was coming.
Shut up! Ah!
The more emotional Alan gets, the more chaotic things become.
Insanity. Zane was gone. Wait could feel the pressure gnawing at his mind. The darkness wasn't so bad. It was in him.
No butt
He
stuff.
felt it. He knew the voice spoke the truth. It was just too hard to think. He couldn't
Talking
make sense of
like
it.
Shatner.
He wanted to go with the flow. Stop thinking and just let go.
Oh, what the hell, what the hell, what the hell.
What if I just did, you know, this instead?
That was beautiful.
Finally a use for all these flare gun bullets. All flare gun flares. Technically bullets. It's a gun.
It's a flare gun, it fires flares.
The flares are the bullets. Dude, come on. Guys, come on. Especially you, Table. And you would ever knock that shelf over, you know? Barrels. Bzz.
The scope of this world was unimaginable. It would have been so much easier.
But what if flares?
Oh, ow, Jesus Christ.
I-beam. Walk into the light.
I can't even tell what's going on anymore.
As far as bosses go,
interesting and weird.
I'd be kind of insulted. I'm like, wow, I'm a shitty boss fight.
But yeah, not much of a fight, honestly. As a cinematic thing, it's pretty cool. Skyboat!
Or I'll just drop a flare right in front of you. Slowly approaching boat.
It's like dropping a flame weapon in front of a chunk of ice in Breath of the Wild. It'll work, but it takes for fucking ever.
It's like, you need to settle down, me. You beat the boss. Except the boss was you.
Oh, not this again. God damn it.
Just like me.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Go away, Hartman.
Just throw himself out the window. And then he flew away.
From the inner mind to the outer limits.
Meanwhile, the actual Alan.
Yeah, this is... That is the only scene in which you see the real Alan in this whole freaking thing.
And I'm like, huh, maybe this was a terrible idea.
Could be. Could be.
The movie is over. Now you have to wait until next Thanksgiving for the next part to play. Anyway.
Next time on Radical Bromance, more explosions?
And light.
Light!